following program contains language and subject matter suitable only for an adult audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to This Show Sucks here on thisshowsucks.com. I am your host, Bryce Kane, and joining me on the virtual roundtable is the
Scalpless.
The Scalpless. Yeah, I guess you are Scalpless on the camera, aren't you? The Scalpless, the multi-breasticle Jessica Kane, and then we've got the chopstick mama with the Asian persuasion, Kim Rushton over there. As you can tell, I'm in a kind of a funked mood, or you might be able to tell. Fuck, I don't know. This week has just been fucked. I mean, it's been a roller coaster.
Yeah, I mean,
we've had like
we've had good and we've had bad. Has it been funny for you, Kim?
Anything interesting?
What?
Yeah, parents showing up ultra early, and they told me they weren't going to be here until the afternoon. And we just woke up, and I looked through the window, there's my dad's head bobbing. Are you awake? I'm like, oh, yo.
Lovely.
No.
Yeah, we had, well, I can't speak for Jess. I can only speak for my own funky mood, but I had some interesting and fucked up shit happen this week. I had found out earlier this week that a friend of mine's, I'll say relative, because I don't really know what relation they were, but it was basically a kid got killed. Someone that was related to a friend of mine got killed by his own dad, and that fucked me up. Then, like, the next day, we're driving the kids to day camp, and we see a cat on the road that got run over, and I can't stand to see animals get hurt, let alone killed, so that fucked me up.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but the little thing right here.
You mean the putty tat over there?
Yeah, putty over here. You know, we have lots of animals running around. And
yeah.
They have pretty much free reign, and
so we had that. What else?
But
happened?
We've had good stuff too.
We did.
I went. We have a little a Korean lady. I think she's Korean. We have a big Korean neighborhood here who has a donut shop, and the lady is open from like 6 o'clock in the morning till like midnight. And I went in to get Bryce some donuts because he likes the Bavarian cream donuts. And she was getting ready to close, and you know she only accepts cash, and so I went in with cash and to get donuts, and she rang up his donuts, and she was like $12.45, and so I gave her like a $5, and she's like no, and she gives me back the singles, and she only charged me like $2 for like $4 of the donuts, so she gave him free donuts, and then I went down to Starbucks. To get coffee, and they upgraded my coffee, and they didn't charge me from a venti to a Trenta, and then they didn't charge me for my one of my cupcake sticks because it was broken. And then we ordered pizza from Domino's, and we ordered a gluten-free pizza, and the website screwed it up, and they ended up giving us a large pizza for free and only charged me for a small. So we had, weird stuff, and then I come back to find out that a guy I went to high school with in junior high flipped out and slaughtered his pregnant wife and killed both her and his unborn son.
Yeah, and then today I found out that a friend of mine, Hollie Stevens, died of cancer. And
oh, no.
Yeah, I've when it comes to cancer, cancer always fucks with me hard because of what happened with my dad. I'll go into that in a little bit. But so it's just been a roller coaster of a week. But we're gonna, as we go along in the show, we're gonna dedicate this show to Hollie Stevens in her memory. For those of you who do not know her, she was an adult actress. She had a great personality, a great sense of humor, and she was a really good person. She was really, really good person. So we made a little slideshow that you see right here. We'll be going in a second. Of some of the better times with Hollie Stevens. And I figure we'll just put, the good, the bad, and the ugly, everything from, really sweet-looking pictures to her having fun at work, only censored.
Well, something they don't know is she was very innovative. She was the crowned queen of clown porn.
Yeah, she had, you could tell she was having fun. She liked her job. So, we're going to, I guess I can do that now here. We're going to play a what's going on? I can't. Did your computer lock up?
I'll get Kim back. You just go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
it's a weird week.
Fucked up week. All right, so we'll just do a slideshow of Hollie Stevens, and she we'll just have it running here, right there. Throughout the show, so you can see her having fun, goofing off, laughing. She was a really beautiful person on the outside and on the inside. Really good person to know. So she's gonna be missed. She had a great sense of humor and enjoyed. Yeah, I almost said the line that I hate hearing other people say when we talk about somebody who just died. They loved life. Well, no shit. Doesn't everybody love life? I mean, to an extent, they like being alive. They don't want to be dead, except for the people who try to commit suicide. But yeah, we're not talking about them. But I kind of
another thing I hate is there's a reason for everything.
Oh, fuck that.
Or God has a plan. Or he was called home, or she was called home.
Yeah. I don't get that. I don't understand. What's fucked with me on this is that several things. I'm gonna go into my rant. I knew I was gonna go into this rant.
Can you wait for Kim?
2
minutes.
All right. I'll go. I'll do the depressing thing first. Let's see. Oh yeah, my dad. My dad died of cancer, and so whenever I see something, someone dying of cancer or whatever, it always brings up really fucking hard memories for me. Cancer is just... If you've never experienced somebody dying of cancer, you are very lucky. It's, in a sense. I mean... It's hard to describe. I mean, you see someone that you care about slowly deteriorating before you, and they will have ups and downs, and a lot of times right before they die, they seem to really get better. I mean, cancer is a weird fucking disease. Cancer seems like you go up and down. You think things are going to be really dire, and the end is near, and then suddenly goes back up, and everything's good, and then at a certain point, things start really looking up, and then they're gone. And sometimes, and if you know that ahead of time, sometimes you'll look at the good moments and you'll just wait for the other shoe to drop, because, if it gets good, then they might just, die next.
Yeah, you have to really watch that, though, because I kind of started doing that, just with life. Things are really going good, you just start holding your breath and waiting for somebody, the phone call in the middle of the night. Oh, so-and-so died.
It's hard to live life that way, yeah. But it happens a lot of times, especially happens with people who've been around people who have died of cancer or other illnesses.
Or suddenly out of the, Kim and I both in the last couple of years have had that just that random phone call out of nowhere. So and so was perfectly healthy, and then
yeah. But the rant that I wanted to go on.
Kim's back.
Welcome back, Kim. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
The rant that I wanted to go on was.
Because I wanted you to wait because Kim's father's in poor health. Not only that, he's a veteran, and so she's going to want in on this rant.
Well, plus two coming up is about 7 years anniversary of my uncle's death. He passed away to lung cancer.
Well, the rant that I wanted to go on was when Hollie got diagnosed with cancer. There were some people that did rush to help her out. It's not easy to work, especially when you're an adult actress. When you're going through chemotherapy, and you lose your hair,
your breasts,
you lose a lot when you go through chemotherapy. And so there were people who were trying to raise money to help her pay medical bills because Obamacare hadn't been put into place yet.
Well, in all, I think they raised $12,000.
They did. But what pissed me off is that there were some people who were raising money, and there were a lot more people who could have given, and they didn't. And that really bothers me, because you see a lot of people on Facebook, Google Plus, wherever, who say, do something about cancer, and they'll post a picture or they'll like a comment.
I'll pray for you.
Yeah. And that doesn't do shit. And I don't understand how people can't just give $1, give 50 cents. It's not much, but it helps. If every single fucking person out there gave just $1, 4 quarters, it would make a great difference. But people will come up with 6,000 fucking excuses.
There was the auctions and stuff that went on.
And there are people out there who will probably say, well, what did you do? I bought a fucking painting that went to help her. I paid $25. Okay? I didn't just do $1. Okay? I bought a painting, and I placed the opening bid for this painting that was of her, that said the money was going to her to help her for her medical bills, and I was the only person who placed a bid. So yeah, I won. More people could have helped, The painting should have gotten more.
It was a nice painting.
Yeah.
Gigi did nice. And, even people like in Gigi's situation, where I don't know if she, donated or anything, but she made something to sell. She donated her time to try. That's something.
It was something. It was better than a lot of people do.
She probably, being the actress that she is, she probably had 5,000 friends.
No, I'm sure she had a lot more. And she fortunately did raise some money, but more could have been done. If every person who ever posted on their page a status or a picture or liked a status,
because Facebook does not give any money for those likes, no matter what those graphics say.
If every single one of those people actually did something, even if it was a small amount, if they actually gave a very small amount, it would go a long way. A long fucking way. But they don't do shit. And
this is what gets me. This is my bitch. It doesn't matter to me, really, about the whole, people gave. They gave what they could. But then there's these issues where, you know, they're trying to push through these healthcare reform, so that people like Hollie wouldn't have to spend their money to get well. And there's people openly bitching on tributes to people who died of cancer about, you know, it's socialism. It doesn't matter what it is. It saves lives.
Right. Well, when it comes to healthcare, I don't give a fuck about socialism. I don't care if it's socialism or communism as long as it helps somebody. Okay? And I know there's probably going to be one person out there who's like, oh no, he's all for communism. Listen to the fucking message, okay? I don't give a shit if my tax dollars goes to help some cracked out drug addict on the street corner or in an alley. I don't care. It helps that person. And maybe that one time that person gets help, maybe that one person at that one time wakes up and realizes, I need help and I need to get off this shit. You never know. But if they don't get that help, then how the fuck are they going? They have a better chance of dying.
And before somebody says, once an addict, always an addict.
No, it's not true. I'm an alcoholic. I haven't fucking touched alcohol since 2004. And I didn't do it with Jesus. I didn't do it with God.
Or AA.
I went to AA a few times. I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. I did it on my own. You know, once an addict, always an addict is not entirely true. But that's really beside the point. If it helps the person that's trashed out in the alleyway, then it will definitely help the person who is in the hospital, who desperately needs another kidney or needs help paying their bills for cancer and shit like that.
People who have debilitating pain illnesses, like Kim, who have families and can't work. There's people who suffer in pain every single day, and you can look at them and they don't drag their foot, they don't drool on themselves, but they're still sick. You know, Kim is sick every day, and people don't care to help. No,
we live in a very selfish country.
They're NIMBYs, not in my backyard.
Yeah. And
one of these days you're going to get sick. Not everybody can stay healthy 100% of the time.
Yeah, and not everybody. Well, it's interesting is that I've come to realize that most of the people who bitch about the whole healthcare issue and all that are people who can barely afford to pay their own bills. People who are dirt ass fucking backwoods poor, and yet these big ass corporate assholes who came up with the whole fucking Tea Party thing have convinced them that it's in their best interest to vote against their best interests. I will never be able to understand that in my life.
I don't get that. You got anything to say, Kimmy?
Well, on the whole thing with
the healthcare and.
I'm kind of half and half with this whole thing with the Obamacare and all that, because, you know, it just really sucks that there's a lot of people that could have benefited from this years ago that could be still here. But then the other half of me is kind of like, I'm glad that they're not here having to watch how pretty sucky it's been, you know. But that's the only thing I can give on that, because it's, you know, I try not to live on the what ifs, but you know, it just, now it, you know, it's supposed to be approved. Well, why couldn't it have been implemented before? It's going to be my only question.
I had this argument with this guy earlier today. I had posted something on my page about Obama, how he had took a few moments to give a lady a hug because she was talking to him about how her sister had died of cancer, and he was consoling her. And I I said that I had made the comment that with my dad dying of cancer, it was kind of cancer is pretty personal for me. And the guy comes on, responds on the post about how we need to kick all the scumbag politicians out and everything, and I was like, what does this have to do with scumbag politicians? I'm just talking about my dad dying here. And so he tried to say, I'm talking about healthcare, blah, 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 but Obama's full of shit. Enough said. And I pretty much came back and said that, no, you can't do that on my page. You can do it on your page, but I ain't going to go for that shit, and he blocked me. But it got me thinking about my dad with insurance company, and I to this day I fucking hate insurance companies, and I know a lot of people out there do. I didn't really have that much of an opinion about them until until my dad got cancer, because he had been paying into, just like everybody else, he'd been paying into insurance his entire life. For the most part, he had been pretty healthy. He was born with ulcerative colitis. So, I mean, nowadays people are very knowledgeable about stuff, but for a long time they weren't. And nowadays people, you hear about ulcerative colitis, they'd say, you need to get checked up, once a year and do this and do that and all that, woulda, coulda, shoulda, and all that, in hindsight 2020.
Well, I mean,
but
when it comes down to it, your dad was a brilliant man, and nobody told him these things. It's not the whole knowledge is power
some of it he knew, some of it he didn't. He knew he was supposed to go in to get checked up more often than he did, and he didn't. But he did take a lot of steps and measures to keep himself somewhat healthy. But like I said, he paid into insurance all his life. He very rarely went to the hospital. In fact, I don't even remember in his entire life, except for having cancer, him going to the hospital. He very rarely went to the doctor. He was pretty healthy most of the time, and even when he wasn't healthy, I mean, the things that he got were, colds, and occasionally he would go get checked out and make sure that his ulcerative colitis was doing okay and all that. But what pissed me off is that when he finally got hit with cancer, and he needed the insurance companies the most, they ditched his ass. They paid for his medical stuff for a couple months while he was in the hospital, and then they paid for some of his stuff for about a year while he was out of the hospital, his chemo treatments and stuff like that. But when he got into the hospital, and he was in dire need, and he really needed blood transfusions and quality of care, he needed people to give a shit about him, and instead the insurance people decided that he was a lost cause, and they said he could get the same care that he was getting in the hospital in an old folks home. So they sent him to a nursing home at age 55, and said that if he needed blood transfusions, which is pretty much every week, I want to say it was like every day or every other day, or he needed something like that. He needed it often. They said he could just hop in an ambulance and come on back. Well, you couldn't move him. He was in that delicate of a shape, but they didn't give a shit, and so they carted him off to a nursing home, and If you've never been in a nursing home, that is one of the most depressing fucking places on the face of this earth. And I can understand why people, when they go there, they die quick. I'd want to die. I'd fucking want to cut my wrists. It is so goddamn depressing there. And I'm thankful as fuck that my dad was so far gone that he was almost oblivious to his surroundings. And he died 2 days later after they shipped him off. Everything inside had shut down, you know, and he could, I mean, like, yeah, it was 2 days before he died. He was up and walking around. He was barely walking around. He was really weak, but he was making progress of getting up with help and walking. So he had chances. But the insurance company said he was a lost cause and they shipped his ass off. So yeah, I've got problems with insurance companies. I fucking hate them. I think to some extent, for a lot of things, they're unnecessary. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that that is absolutely true. This is just how I feel about it. I think that we could do a lot better. And I'm hoping that this whole thing with what they call Obamacare is going to help that. I don't know if it is. Nobody really does. But I'm hoping that it does. And anyone out there who wants to put me down or whatever just because I'm backing Obama, I really don't give a fuck. Because I'm putting myself out there on this. This is my hope. I don't know if it's going to help, but I'm going to give it a chance. I mean, I don't see how it's going to hurt. And besides, even if I thought it was going to hurt, like, I could fucking do anything about it. They're going to do it anyways. So, at least I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I'm hoping that the quality of healthcare out there is going to get better.
I mean, people want this for their kids, or they want it for, you know, their people who are loved and are seniors. I mean, people don't realize it, but, you know, we have a special needs kid who is going to need care for the rest of his life. And there will become a time, you know, when we're gone, and he's going to need somebody or something to help take care of him. Well, what is he going to do? I mean, medication-wise and things like, he needs those things. And, you know, we can provide that for him now, but later on, you know, he's never going to be able to live on his own. No. And there's lots of people out there that I know that have kids who are on the spectrum. And that's their biggest fear in the world is, what are their kids going to do after they're gone? Yeah. People don't think about that when they vote down that stuff. It's not your mom or your uncle. It's your kids. You got anything, Kim?
Oh, not really. This month is just going to be kind of rough for me. Just thinking about, you know, ones that did pass, ones that are sick.
How's your dad doing? I don't think she heard me. That's okay.
Yeah, I just found out my aunt just got, what is it called, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Oh.
So, yeah.
ALS
It's not been a very fun day.
ALS is a hard one. You get something uplifting and
well,
peppy?
Music-wise, I have The Painter.
You know what? Hollie Stevens is in The Painter.
Is she?
I believe. Well,
no, she's not.
She may be in it. I know all of her best friends Leba.
Well, no, I don't.
And-
I don't have the video. I just have the song.
Well, I'm just saying, if they go to YouTube, they can see it. I think she's actually Holly Stevens is in the video. Leba commented on itself. She's the one that's sticking the whiskey bottle up his ass. Holly Stevens is in that video.
Oh, okay. Well,
So they need to go to YouTube and they need to watch. Can we cue that up? Do you have that?
Let me see if I can find it.
It's one of the things she did. She did a performance piece with the Reverend Stephen Johnson Leba. What is it called? The Whiskey Rite?
Whiskey ritual, something like that.
Where
I don't think I think I put that on my. Oh wait. Hold
where
on.
she sodomized him with a whiskey bottle.
For Jesus.
For Jesus. It's got all of her best friends, Ugly Shyla and so on. Xandor LeVay is in it. Bryce is in it. I'm in it. Because, we're all peppy as fuck. But she's
All
in
right.
a polka dot dress. So if you can find it, we'll cue it up. And Holly's in that bad.
Yeah, this is not for.
No. The thing
Okay,
is,
all right. The usual disclaimer: you got kids in the room.
why the fuck do you got kids in the room while you're watching our
Get
show?
them the fuck out. If you are a kid, turn this fucking thing off. This video is pretty graphic, so.
Enjoy some of Holly's best work.
Hail Satan. And we are back, and no, you can't get that song on iTunes or any of that shit, because I don't have it. Actually, I have it as a free download, not the video, but the song on followmine.com. I think I have that as a free download, don't I?
Actually, I think you have it for sale on Amazon.
Do I?
I think because it's not a cover. Only the covers are.
I must
are
check
free.
now. I must check now. Let's see. Painter. Yeah, you can get shit by Follow Mine on Amazon and iTunes, and
There it is, the painter, Stephen Johnson label.
and it says currently unavailable, so I pulled it. Let me see. A fall stop. What?
El Mando is El Falano.
Okay.
Adios, muchachos.
Followmine.com/music. And what the fuck's going on over there, Kim?
Well, I think it was.
Oh, there it is.
And yes, you can, if you go to followmine.com/music, it's down at the bottom of the page. It's The Painter, featuring Reverend Stephen Johnson Leba. Just click the link that says free download, and you can get that song. We decided, while listening to the song, that we're just gonna leave all this depressing shit.
We
Set
did
it
30
all
minutes
aside.
of depressing, now let's see 30 minutes of... What the fuck?
Yeah, we're gonna do some Mad Libs and Bucket of Suck. Now, do you want to do Bucket of Suck last, or you want?
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna go into the fucktacular Mad Libs. What do we got going on right now?
Number.
You want me to give you a number?
Yep, number.
69.
Verb, Kim.
Running.
Female in room. We're gonna go with Kim. Verb, baby.
Jumping. Oh, sorry.
I can call you baby too.
Squirt.
Okay, a place, Kim.
Your mom's face.
Noun for me, I'm gonna go with titty sprinkle.
I do love me some titty sprinkles. I like me some titty
Silly
sprinkles
word.
in the morning. Huh?
Silly word.
You already said titty sprinkles.
I said silly word. Sorry for yelling in the microphone.
Fudge monkey.
We're taking it back.
No, that's porch monkey.
You said that too.
Oh, okay.
Adjective, Kimmy.
Gracefully.
Ly, that would be an adverb.
Just
What's
put,
that?
Just put graceful.
But she said gracefully, and
Just do graceful.
she's in college and she didn't know that was an adverb.
I
Eh.
did, but that's also considered an adjective, depending upon your sentence structure.
Well, we don't know.
I just looked
We're gonna
like-
go graceful. Anyway.
I was just opening my mouth and looked like I was trying to lick the Hollie Stevens thing.
I'm gonna go with a verb, and I'm gonna go with fapped. Person in room female, that'd be me. A number.
God damn it.
God damn it, is not a number.
Pie.
Okay. A place, Kim.
Mexico.
Do you boys like Mexico? I'm sorry. Noun, I'm gonna go with Catholic.
Is this by my mom?
Maybe. Silly word.
You're asking me for a silly word again?
Yes.
Jism pops.
Occupation, Kim.
I'm sorry?
Pardon me?
What was that?
Occupation.
Hooker.
Hooker.
I'm going to go with verb. I'm going to go with sodomizing. Verb.
I will go with titty crap. I took a big titty crap on her.
Adjective, Kim.
Horny.
Verb ending in ing.
Oh, what about you?
I already did mine.
Oh, ending in ing. Verb. Verb action. Okay. Wait, you said ending in ing?
Uh-huh.
Giggle farting.
Plural noun, Kimmy.
A plural noun?
Uh-huh.
It's.
I can give you one if you don't have one.
The only thing. Yeah, go ahead.
We're going to go with satanic nuns.
I was actually thinking about scary.
Okay.
Oh, I get to read it. Okay.
You get to read it. That's your job. I don't want to take your job.
Alright. This is called Most Likely To.
Interesting.
69 pages of our yearbook were dedicated to the person most likely to when we running up. Someone doesn't know their present and past tense.
It doesn't say present or past tense. It just says verb.
Well, when you do verb, that you have to do present tense, unless they say past tense or future tense or
I didn't
butthole
choose that.
tense.
I didn't choose that.
It's all Kim's fault.
Anyway, you're ruining it. You're ruining it.
Fuck you!
Throwing off your freaking grammatical.
I am the grammar Nazi.
We all live. Never mind.
My best friend Kim was voted most likely to squirt in your mom's face because she wants to be a movie titty sprinkle when she grows up. Peter Fudge Monkey was voted most graceful because all the girls in my class fapped when he walks by. Jess was voted most likely to graduate from Mexico with honors because she got pie on every Catholic test last semester.
Now we have to mention I didn't write 3.14 on the list. I didn't write pi. I did the symbol for pi, and he just stared at it for a minute.
My friend Jism Pops got everyone's vote for the girl most likely to be a hooker because she loves to make people sodomizing.
Yeah, that was my bad. It was so funny.
It's the verb present past tense. I am the grammar Nazi! And me? I was named the most likely to horny. No, wait. What? Oh. I was named the most likely to titty crap because of all my horny adventures traveling to Walmart and giggle farting through the Rocky Satanic Nuns. We need the applause. Radio. Are we gonna do another one?
Low tech.
Are we gonna do the bucket of suck?
No, go ahead. We got time to burn. You're not supposed to look. You're supposed to be random.
Fine.
Finding frog hair
Man,
split
I get
4 ways.
all kinds of pirate-related things. Do you think it's a conspiracy of my butt piracy thing? And stuff?
I don't know. You like pirate movies? You are the dread pirate, Bryce.
I like digging for sunken treasure.
Actually, you'd be the dread pirate Kane, because the dread pirate Bryce sounds like the dread pirate Wesley.
Okay.
Inconceivable. Sorry.
Kim, we need an adjective.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you be sure you get your tenses right.
I am so gonna fuck you in the ass later.
Y'all heard it. And if y'all see that stupid banana song posted, or the peanut butter jelly song posted on his page, you'll know I got some. You can't help but post a stupid peanut butter jelly song
Yes,
whenever he
peanut
gets
butter
it.
jelly. Okay, noun.
Taint fuzz.
Noun for me. We need a pencil sharpener.
I'll get one after the show.
Noun for me.
Pencil sharpener.
Cock jockey.
Yay!
Okay, Kim. Person in room.
Person in the room,
Yeah.
Austin.
Austin. Austin is awesome.
Okay, for you, adjective.
Boinkily? Oh, wait. Yeah, that would be an adverb, because it's L-Y.
Mm-hmm.
Boinky. Is that a verb? Because it's an action. Well, crusty, scratchy,
Boinkerific?
cum-stainy. We're going to go with cum-stainy. I haven't been in high school in like 20 years, folks. You have to give me some time.
Adjective. I'm gonna go with boinkerific.
Boinkerific.
Okay, Kim, we need a noun.
Be sure it's in the right tense.
Orgasm.
Say what? We had a grammar Nazi interrupting.
She said orgasm. We can all hear her. You've got headphones on.
Go flunk yourself.
You really flunk yourself.
You. We need a noun. Make sure it's in the right tense.
Porch monkey. It's okay. I'm not white.
Oh, he just called you a cracker.
I'm not white. Sorry. Try again.
The honky over here is not white.
I'm not a honky. You're a honky.
You're half a honky.
No, dude.
You're from the half a honky tribe.
Yeah, so is Austin. I think we're...
Half a honk tribe. Okay, Kim, adjective.
Short.
Okay, half a honky, noun.
I'm sorry, are you talking to me?
Yes, half a honk.
I'm sorry. What was it?
Noun.
Noun. Honky.
That would... Well, no, I guess that would be a noun.
It's a person, a place, a thing, an idea. Honkies, they fit.
Muppet fucker! Actually, that would be mine, because I
That would be Ray Charlin. He's a Muppet fucker.
And Jim Henson has just rolled over in his grave.
Actually, that somewhere in the world, Muppet fucker, Muppet fucker is a insult slang for white people. I don't know why.
Because we're good in bed.
Yeah. Okay. Adjective, Kim.
You pointed at her like she could see.
Adjective, oh crap. Horny again.
Horny?
Yeah.
Okay, adjective.
Lactating.
That's a verb.
Erase. Ashy.
Okay, part of the body. Moose knuckle.
Moose knuckle. That's sexy. Dude, I just licked my microphone. It's okay, it's my
Kim.
microphone.
Adjective.
I get all these adjectives. Corny.
She said corny. Like, as in, I'll see you later, corn. That trips Bryce out when I eat corn. I said, I'll see you later. Fucks with him.
Plural noun.
Pud rubbers. Sorry, I keep rubbing on my boobs, people. I shaved his head earlier.
You said that you were going to moon
Heroin.
the camera this show. Are you going to do that still?
Dude, do you want me to moon the camera?
Plural noun. Let's see. I keep Vegemites. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Vegemite, but yeah.
I'll just go with a Vegemite. Urban Dictionary can define it for me later. Okay, Kim. Plural noun.
Skanks.
And yours is a noun.
Twat waffle.
Okay, so this is the last one for the night before we go to the buckets of suck if we have time.
Can't go over now.
Alright, so this is... You're going to be doing a lot of photoshopping tonight. Pirate profile of Bartholomew Roberts, a.k.a. Black Bart. A beautiful scholar once said, you can't judge a taint fuzz by its cock jockey.
Yes, you can.
According to pirate historian Austin, Black Bart, a ruthless and cum-stainy pirate, was a boinkerific example of how looks can be deceiving. Although he was the orgasm of a pirate ship, he dressed as if he were a porch monkey.
He already does!
On the pages of a fashion magazine. Wow.
Because Austin's awesome.
He never went into battle without a short plume in his honky, a long-sleeve ruffled Muppet fucker tucked into his horny breeches, and an ashy pearl in his left moose knuckle.
Austin is awesome.
Yet, in a corny career that spanned a mere 2 years and 6 pud rubbers, he captured more than 400 sailing Vegemites and ended up with more than 300 million skanks worth of twat waffle.
That's a lot of twat waffle, Austin.
That's a lot.
And we don't have any time for buckets of suck tonight, so I guess we'll have to do have to do extra next Friday.
Extra suckage.
So yeah, hopefully the levity at the end of the show made up for all the somberness and shit at the end here. And let's see, we will be right back.
Completely filled with shitty music, all over the radio. One heavy metal band dares to stand out like no other band has stood out before, by farting into microphones. Bryce Kane, Jessica Kane, A Fallen Mind. Oh, and they also do some music too.
That was very good.
Thank you.
You are all messy. Why don't you clean up with this shirt?
Are you crazy? I just bought this t-shirt from fallenshirts.com.
Oh, I am sorry. Was it very expensive?
No, fallenshirts.com has t-shirts that are just as funny as t-shirthell.com, but much cheaper. And it is all for a good cause.
What good cause would that be?
Making me look like a dope-ass motherfucker.
All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We will be back next week with
Epic Suckage.
Epic Suckage. I'm going to stop announcing who's going to be on next week because
yeah,
we never know. You never know
because shit sucks or suck shit. Anyway.
Yeah, so if you guys are listening to this on another station, we might be getting syndicated somewhere else too. You can listen to our show live at www.thisshowsucks.com. If you're listening to us on YouTube, whatever, then
you know where you're at. You know where you're at.
We are on every Friday, 9 p.m. Pacific. So, yeah. Till next time, keep your dick in your pants and
fuck a lot. Fuck often.
And
don't get crabs.
Fuck as if you don't have AIDS. Good night.
This Show Sucks is sponsored by fallenshirts.com. Music provided by the band A Fallen Mind at afallenmind.com.